Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Rick here, bringing you a Mr. Pandaria Warrior Talents Guide, I suppose you could call it. Bit of a mouthful, but yeah, we're going to jump straight in. We're going into level 15, this is what you'll be able to pick between. First we've got Juggernaut, you can charge every 12 seconds instead of every 20 seconds. Just a simple cooldown reduction, pretty awesome, I'd probably take that. This one, Double Time, I don't know what NYI means, but anyway, you can charge twice before incurring its cooldown. That is pretty cool. Say in PvP, that would be pretty good. If you need to get closer to someone, you can charge to one person and charge to the second person that you want to get to. That's pretty cool. My camera keeps auto-focusing for some reason. Look at that. And then back. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. You got Warbringer. Your charge also knocks a target to the ground and stuns it for 3 seconds. That is pretty cool. That'd be good for PvP. It's just an extra stun. I think it does stun already at the moment, but I don't know if they've taken that out because I don't know, knocks it to the ground and stuns. Yeah, I suppose it's in that talent, whereas normally it's normally there. It stuns the opponent, whatever, you know. So I don't know if they've taken that bit out, and you have to talent it to get that. I'm not sure, but Juggernaut is pretty cool. It just shortens the cooldown of charge. It's really nice. I wish there was one for Heroic Leap, because at the moment I'm like DPSing as a warrior, and I like Heroic Leaping out and charging back in just to get a bit more rage, you know, just to top me off, and then I can go into whatever it is, that one that reduces the cooldown of your Heroic Strike. I think it's like Inner Rage or something, I think it's called. So I can go into that because I've got a bit more rage, and I can pop a few stop doing that. A few Heroic Strikes. So I like that, but I wish there was one for Heroic Leap as well. That'd be quite nice. Anyway, on to level 30. Enraged Regeneration, already in the game. Instantly heals you for 15% of your total health and an additional 15% over 15 seconds. Can only be used while enraged, can be used while stunned. I'm not sure if that's different. I'm not sure if the numbers are different because I haven't really used it that much. I probably should do, but I don't because I'm bad, I guess. I haven't played around with all, really. You keep going to do that. I haven't played around with all the skills yet in the warrior, so I'm still learning it. I like prot warriors though, they're pretty sexy. Next one, Second Wind. Whenever you're struck by a stun or immobilization effect, you generate 20 rage over 10 seconds. Whenever you take direct damage, you have a 10% chance to regenerate 10% of your total health over 10 seconds. That's pretty cool but for like a tank, but the second part is. The first part not so much, because you don't get stunned that often. But taking damage gives you a chance to regenerate health. That is awesome. I love that. That is pretty sweet, gotta be honest. Just to help out your healers, you know, you gotta be nice like that. Like when I play on my paladin, I pop Word of Glory like all the time. Not all the time, obviously, not if I'm like full health or I'm trying to get hate, but if I'm, you know, lower than say like 80% health, then I don't mind using my 3 stacks of Holy Power on a Word of Glory just to help out my healer, because I'm nice like that. I'm a good guy. Anyway, Impending Victory. Next one. Instantly attack the target, causing 31 damage. Guess that's going to scale. And healing you for 10% of your maximum health. If used within 20 seconds after you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor, heals you for 20% of your maximum health. So, as it says there, it replaces Victory Rush, so it just adds an extra bit to it. So you can get 10% healing every 30 seconds, no matter what. That is awesome. I'd love that. Like whatever spec you're in. As a prot warrior, obviously it'd be nice just to help out your healers, but as everything else, it'd be sweet as. If it was damage was good, you could get it into your rotation, just add a bit of healing as well. If not, you know, soloing, that'd be awesome. I could imagine leveling up, I'll take that, and then when I get to max level, maybe I'll take something else. I'll probably take that maybe, or just stick with this. So that, yeah, it's cool. But for the most part, you won't need that unless you're in PvP. I'd see that more as a PvP thing, Enraged Regeneration. So, you never know. Maybe not. Anyway, on to level 45. You got Staggering Shout. Causes all enemies within 20 yards that are snared to become rooted for 5 seconds. That's pretty weird. Snared as in, like, is that a general, like they can't move? So whatever the effect is, maybe they're, in an ice tomb or whatever, or I don't know. That's weird. Causes all enemies within 20. Just I suppose gives them snared. I don't know what that means. What is snared? Is that slow? Like a slow? Or is that like they stuck where they are? But if they're already stuck where they are, then surely rooting them as well is pointless. So maybe it means they're slowed? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, it seems a bit random, that one. Piercing Howl. Frightens all enemies within 20 yards, reducing their movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. Obviously, PvP again. Don't really need that in PvE as much. Disrupting Shout interrupts all spell casting within 10 yards and prevents any spell in that school from being cast for 4 seconds. That is fantastic. That literally is amazing. How many times I've gone into a pack of mobs, there's 2 casters, I've got one interrupt, and then what am I doing with the other one? This, pop that, they both drawn into you, you can like bash their faces in with a thunderclap and some shockwaves and stuff. That is awesome. Love that. Next one. Yeah, I'll definitely take that as a tank. Level 60, you've got Blade Storm. You become a whirling storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards for 75% weapon damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. During Blade Storm, you are immune to movement impairment and loss of control effects, but can be disarmed, and you can only perform shout abilities. I like the fact that this is here. Like, I could see that being so fun as a tank. Like, because normally you've got Thunderclap, but this just gives you an extra. Well, the camera really pissed me off. It gives you an extra AoE ability, which I think is pretty damn cool. That'd be so good as a proc warrior. Go into an AoE pack, drop Friend, drop Thunderstorm, Blade Storm. That'd be so cool. I'd love that. But you would have to give up Shockwave, which is not as good. Sends a wave of force in front of you, causing 40 damage and stunning all enemy targets within 10 yards in a frontal cone. Same as what it is now, it's just you have to talent it. It's a bit of a shame, so I really did like that. Avatar. You transform into an unstoppable Colossus for 10 seconds, which increases your damage dealt by 20% and causes your attacks to generate extra rage. While transformed, you are immune to movement impairing effects. That's pretty cool. I'd imagine that is the one everyone will be taking. Obviously, Blade Storm is good for AoE, but it doesn't have much use in raids. So I'd imagine all DPS will take that. I don't know, you might even see tanks taking it as well, just to get a bit more threat. And, that would be pretty cool to see that in a raid. I'd like that. But then you could use Blade Storm at a point maybe where you get controlled or something, or disarmed. Normally you can just pop this before that goes off, and then you can cancel it if need be, you can get out of it. You don't have to stick in it for a duration. But I could see that being useful to avoid a disarm or a loss of control or something like that. You could just use that just to get past that bit and then get back in. So there's a possibility, you never know. Anyway, on to level 75. I like this one. Mass Spell Reflection. Your Spell Reflection protects you from an additional spell, so it's 2 now, normally it was just 1, and protects party and raid members within 20 yards from a single spell. So I'm not sure if that's each person gets protected from a spell, or it's everyone. There's one person out of all of those people gets protected from a spell. I'm not sure. It's worded pretty, it's not exact enough, I wouldn't say. I suppose it should mean, by how I read it, that everyone within 20 yards gets protected from a single spell, which is pretty awesome. So if there's some AoE going down, or some hate, has been dropped somewhere and people are taking damage, then you can easily chuck this down. That would be pretty sweet to have. But I don't know. That would be pretty sweet, actually. Safeguard. This is in the game already. Run at high speed towards a player or raid member, removing all impairing effects upon you, intercepting the next melee or ranged attack made against them, and reducing their damage taken by 20% for 6 seconds. So, at the moment, it adds that bit to intervene. So the talent you take adds that to intervene. So when you intervene a person, you take the damage that they're about to take, and then it reduces their damage. But this time, it just removes intervene and just gives you safeguard. So it's still the same thing, but it's just, replaces the spell entirely. So I'm guessing everyone's going to get intervene, which is pretty cool. Vigilance. Focus your protective gaze on a party or raid member, transferring 30% of the damage taken to you for 12 seconds. During the duration of Vigilance, your taunt has no cooldown, and attacks against the target cause you to become enraged for 6 seconds. That is pretty sweet. Obviously, it's nice to have the no cooldown on taunt. So even if you don't need it for that person, someone else is getting attacked, you've still got no cooldown on taunt, so you can just spam taunts all day long, which will be pretty cool. So, what else we got? So the other part of it is obviously the transferring 30% of damage taken by them to you. So if they're taking a lot of damage and you can't, it's not your fault, it's a mechanic in the game that's making them take the damage, then you can just help them out if they're a bit squishy, and you can just take some of it for them, which would be pretty sweet. I'd like that. Now on to level 90 stuff. Deadly Calm. You enter a battle trance, causing your next 3 heroic strikes or cleave attacks to cost no rage and cause 50% extra damage. I can imagine a lot of endgame PvEers are going to be taking this, because it's like a 1 minute cooldown, it lasts 15 seconds, so you've literally got heroic strike, heroic strike, heroic strike, and then you're back to your normal rotation. Or if it's AoE, cleave, cleave, cleave. That's pretty cool. I like that. This camera is really annoying. Anyway, Bloodbath is the next one. You carve up your opponent with your weapons. For the next 12 seconds, your special attacks cause the target to bleed for an additional 30% damage over 6 seconds. So that's just adding bleed effects to all your attacks. So they'll be taking a lot of extra damage. So an additional 30% of what you deal in that 12 seconds will be taken again. That is pretty cool. I'm guessing you'll have Bloodbath. You'll be in that 12 seconds doing all the attacks you can, and then once Bloodbath ends, this 6 seconds will appear, and that 30% of the damage you dealt in the previous 12 seconds will be dished out again. So that would be pretty sweet, if that's how it works. That's how it sounds like it works to me. It's really keep autofocusing, for what reason? Anyway, enough raging at the camera. Right, Stormbolt. Hurl your weapon at the enemy, causing 50% weapon damage and stunning the target for 3 seconds. Deals an additional 300% weapon damage to targets that are permanently immune to stuns. So basically, on bosses, that will do an additional 300% weapon damage, which is a lot. That is a lot of weapon damage. So in total, it would be doing 350% weapon damage. What are you focusing on? Seriously? I'm just going to have to buy a new camera, I think, because this one really annoys me. Yeah, so I can see it being useful on, obviously, trash packs that, have got casters again. So you can just, I was pretty sure you've already got something like this called Concussive Blow or something, as a warrior. So it's pretty similar to that, but obviously it's got the additional weapon damage on top. But again, there's some awesome stuff in here. But that could be used for a tank, just to get that initial threat. The 300% weapon damage on a boss. That is going to do a lot of damage, So that's a good thing to start with. So you open up with Stormbolt, and then, you've got a big boost of threat to obviously ease you into the fight. But as we all know, threat is not an issue in WoW anymore. It's really not. Obviously the only threat that is an issue is between tanks. And generally you just taunt and it's fine. So obviously if you're off tank, or your partner tank is, have too much threat, then you've got to either taunt or just slap them about a bit and tell them to stop damaging before they need to. So, generally it is easy as a tank, to watch your threat so you don't over aggro the other tank until you need to. But some people can't manage that. So that would be nice for those occasions where you're getting close on threat. You can just pop that and you'll be miles ahead again. So it has its uses, definitely. But I like this. That would be good for a tank as well. just the extra damage boost. Although they don't cost they don't cost any rage as well, and they're on a separate global. They're not on global cooldown, heroic strike, so you can still spam your other abilities as well as doing these. So I like that. I like that. Bloodbath again, pretty cool. So yeah, overall, warrior talents looking pretty good. Still wish there was one that, you know, I think if these ones had implemented heroic leap into them as well, so you could heroic leap twice and, you know, heroic leap and charge twice before either of them incurred a cooldown, you know, something like that, or just something with heroic leap, because since I've got 85 on my warrior, I've used heroic leap so much. I use it all the time. It's such a good spell, and it doesn't really have enough uses. And on the last boss of Well of Eternity, the Manor of One, where he spawns all those ads, I found that really easy to pick up all the ads. Because normally, you know, I tank it as a paladin, so I've got Consecration, I've got Hammer of the Righteous, I've got, is it Holy Wrath or something? And they're all AoE spells. Obviously, I've got Avenger's Shield as well if I need it. So that is a lot of AoE spells, but with a warrior, you've got Cleave, Thunderclap, and Shockwave. But then you've got Heroic Leap as well, so you've got the same amount. You've got 4 AoE spells there. So it would be nice to have some cooldown reduction on Heroic Leap, or, you know, make it a bit more useful than it is. Because, yeah, obviously it does a bit of damage, but it doesn't generate rage. It could generate rage, that would be nice. Another way of getting rage back. But yeah, anyway, warriors, they're pretty cool. I really like them. And these talents look pretty sweet, so I apologise for this camera. I don't know why it does it. I've turned autofocus off, but it just still autofocuses for no apparent reason. So I'm going to have to trade it in, get a new one. It's pretty cheap anyway, it's a bit shit. But yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Hope the camera wasn't too bad for you. I'll try and get it sorted out for the next one. If I can't, then I probably just won't record me actually talking. So obviously with the voice, yeah, but not the picture. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.